can see that, can't you? That's in shot. So, I want to make something. Well, let's begin at the beginning. A couple of years ago, I was in Adelaide, right at the beginning of what was going to be a tour of Australia and New Zealand, and it was a really strange experience because despite this kind of juggernaut coming towards us, everything seemed to be going on as normal. I think we were all just in denial. It became clear to me that my show was no longer a hot ticket to Funnytown, but was very quickly becoming just a series of well-planned but ill-advised super spreader events. I couldn't do it. If someone came to the show, caught COVID, took it back, killed Granny, on balance, but it was a good show, but on balance that was... So I phoned the organisers and I said, look, I'm sorry, I really have to cancel the tour. And they said, okay, we'll book you a ticket back the next day, but don't announce it. Don't tell anyone because we'll do it properly. And I said, okay. So I kept it to myself. But by the next afternoon, the whole festival had been cancelled. Somewhat undermining my selfless gesture, I felt. I began the show that afternoon by using some hand sanitizer, which I remember being a bit funny at the time, but only because we were sort of just terrified and still, I think, very much in denial. The point was, the tour was cancelled and I came home, and that was the last time I was on stage, performing in front of people. And that was that. That was 2 years ago. I really miss it. And I thought it was a good show. And I've still got it. Like, it's sitting there on my hard drive in, my slidey slides. I've never said that before, by the way. Never said slidey sides, so I don't know why I just said it then. And this is, I suppose, where you come in, because I want to take that show and I want to put it out there. You might think that I could just film it and release it, Beyonce it. I've discovered it's very hard to make things on your own. I live alone now, principally because of the thing with the ducks. I thought I'd do a Kickstarter. Physical copies. How to explain this? They're like NFTs that have been reverse engineered back into their original, they're fungible tokens. And what's in the box, you ask? I'm not sure how I feel about people doing physical releases of things that are principally digital. I wanted to do something that was interesting, so I racked my brains. What's the appropriate vector for my comedy special? What I came up with was the USD, or Universal Serial Duck. And then you take this guy out, and then you think, oh well, it's just a. I think this is the coolest thing you're going to own. Each of these guys is going to be loaded up with my movie film and shipped to you, and it's going to be in a nice case, so you can display it somewhere, like a bookshelf, or put it in a drawer. You do you. You could put it into your computer, or you can put it into like a USB hub, or you could even just slap it straight in the back of your television. That's what I did. That's how versatile. You're versatile, aren't you? You just have to take off his head. It's traumatic, but you'll get, because you can always pop him back in this little... Ready for next time you want to... is that gonna... And it's going to be DRM free, so that means that you can share it with other people, because I believe in freedom, and I don't know how to DRM it. Analog media is in. That's something that I've noticed. I mean, for ages, obviously, you've overheard people going like, yeah, I'm getting the vinyl edition. As if that meant, well, anything. But recently, it's become more fash, hasn't it? It's like more of a kind of fetish. It's like obscurity is somehow correlated with coolness when it comes to these sort of things. All I'm saying is, if you're not listening to it on cassette, can you really be said to be listening to it at all? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In fact, based on this graph that I made, you can really see there's definitely a strong correlation between the two. So with that in mind, I'm pleased to announce that my comedy special is being released on VHS. Oh yeah, limited edition, numbered copies. There's pretty much no way you're going to be able to play this, which I think makes it way cooler. But let me bring you over here to my... here's the plan. I'm going to copy my movie film onto a VHS tape using cables. That's going to be tape 1, and then I'm going to copy tape 1 onto tape 2. What I could do is I could take tape 2 out, and then I could copy tape 1 onto tape 3, which would be great because keep quality from the master tape. But no, why do that when you can discard tape 1 and then you can copy tape 2 onto tape 3, and then when that's done, you take tape 2 and I copy tape 3 onto tape 4. Slowly, these tapes are going to decline in quality. There's going to be graininess, intermittent white noise. It's going to decay, and it's going to become like a photocopy of a book by Jean Baudrillard. It's going to be like the law of thermodynamics, what happened when Michael and all the writers left the office, and also it's going to probably be life. In essence, what I'm going to be shipping to you is the concept of decay, manifested in a crowd-funded comedy special by a mediocre prop comedian. What more could you want? I mean, they're going to be numbered, you know, all the way down to, I mean, it depends how many we sell. If we sell 4, this is not have been a good investment. You know, we could go up to like 200 and there'll be nothing. Why? I don't know. Perhaps it's because I'm bored. Perhaps it's because I yearn for that time. And also, I think it's a shame that these days kids don't grow up with these guys. This was fun. You had to go out and get a thing. Can you imagine going out the house and getting a thing? So that's that. I hope you're going to support me. It'd be great if you did. Thanks for watching. I know this was stupid, but if you're in the US, these are PAL tapes, and the US is NTSC, so you're going to have an even harder time playing them. I mean, that makes it at least 4-5% cooler still.